This headlight is garbage.
I cannot see a thing with these lights.
And the rest of Ben's Civic, well, let's say it needs some help. It's been crashed, it's been driven into the ground, and previous owners probably didn't do any maintenance on it. However, despite all this, the car is still running.
No one knows how. Today, we're giving it a 2026 reset. OEM Plus style headlights, sequential signals. Can we save a car that's this far gone?
If you haven't yet, please make sure to like and subscribe. It's really appreciate it. My name is Ethan, this is my friend Ben, and welcome to Car Creations.
Time for the lights. Oh,
now you're not allowed to take the wrap off until they're installed, okay?
But this corner's already out. So what's in the box? We've got the headlights, we've got some wires that Ethan knows what to do, and whatever this thing is.
That's my replacement, so yeah, get rid of that. All right, so we'd like to thank Archaic Lighting for sending these to us. This is exactly what this car needs, and it's the facelift that we're very excited to do. And if you'd like any of these lights, check out the QR code on the screen or the links down below, and you support us out and them. All right. You know what? On to removing the bumper. Very excited about this.
Except, thanks to Archaic Lights once again, not only do we got the headlights.
Rear tail lights for this will look fabulous. I cannot wait to show these off.
Oh,
but wait,
man.
let's not show any more of them until we're ready for that in the video. Nope. We are going to remove the bumper, and I have been dreading this because this car is very dirty and Ben did not clean it before this session, so give him a round of applause in the comments.
He gave me like maybe an hour warning for this,
So most cars require a complete bumper removal. And here we have a number of clips as well as bolts to remove before we can access the bumper and get that removed along the top and the underside. So cue time lapse. Ben has removed most with his fingers already. Should be a pretty easy job as long as the bumper will go back together again.
As you know, the good mechanic I am, always top up my blinker fluid. It's pretty good. All right, so to get it undone, there's 3 bolts we have to worry about. We've got one right up top right here. We got one underneath at the front. And then on the side, we've got one more over here. And you take those 3 out and it comes out like butter. So now it should be rather loose. It isn't loose. We thought there was only 3 bolts. There's 4. Finagle it back and forth. And you've got 3 clips. Pinch and, oh! The pinch and get Ethan to help you. This one, you just also get, no, this one should just be a pull.
All right, so I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Number 1 is if you cannot get it off, these are bulbs. So if you just rotate it to the one side, you can take the bulbs out, like so, both bulbs out. But now with those 2 undone, you can actually pull it out easier. There we go. And then you can deal with the actual light bulbs, which, once again, he is right, you just pinch and then you pull these out. And now that we have more room, that's a bit easier. There we go. Time for the new lights. Before you touch the new headlights, this deserves the white glove treatment.
Ah, such a quality car. We're finally gonna install the new lights.
Now you've made a grave error.
What?
And you have ripped up our instructions so we don't know how the wiring harness comes into effect. All right, so when you have headlights like this, which have extra features, you have to power them somehow. So because of that, we have a wire that we're connecting to both headlights, and that's gonna run to the fuse box, and it has a piggyback fuse on it. You can find the fuse box back here, and what we wanna do is find a fuse that matches the same type of fuse as on here, and we're just gonna replace it. So next up, we just have to run the wire through the hood to where it needs to go. So this one is gonna go to this headlight here, and this one over here, and let's make it all nice with zip ties. All right, time for the first light. And nice thing about these is that the actual connectors for the high beams and the low beams, you just plug it in, and the car will actually think that it just has normal halogens plugged in. However, they are LEDs. So you have no issues with coding or flickering headlights or lights in the dash. Should just be plug and play in that respect. So that gives me some confidence as we get these installed. Nice thing too is that these are also IP67, which means, which means that these are dustproof and waterproof up to 1 meter. You saw the old lights, how much water were in them? These should stop that. First the high beams, low beams, wherever they may be. So what powers the lights, you can plug that into the daytime running lights, and the light should light up. Look at that. Okay, let's try to slide this in here. Some Ben's help. So don't wreck anything. For the daytime running lights, there is a little trick that you need because in some cars, the fuses will stay, or the power will stay on 24/7, even when you don't have the keys in the ignition. And what you have to do is find a fuse in your fuse box that isn't live 24/7. It's only alive when the ignition is on. To do that, we have a little fuse finder here. Put this end onto the negative terminal in the battery, and then you go and you hit the live point of each fuse, and you can tell if it's on 24/7. But when I go to this one, it's not on because the ignition isn't on. This one's on, this one's on, this one isn't. So we can use that to piggyback the daytime running lights, and we don't have to worry about the battery dying.
All right, so I needed to use the car, so we put the bumper back on so I could use it, and currently neither of the turn signals are working.
So some US spec cars, the turn signals have a different type of connector, which don't work with these lights. So we just had to send away, and we got wiring harness adapter to fix that. And so we quickly tucked everything up, and Ben has been using the car, so we're gonna have to put that back together again, as well as install these, and the front light should be good. And then we can move to the back.
Connect the shiny white piece to the not so shiny, making sure we do it the correct orientation. Oh, it clicks right in.
All right, now we've got the front all buttoned up. Now let's move to the rear, and it needs some love.
It certainly does. So thank you very much for sending us these amazing looking smoke taillights. Go. That's gonna look absolutely fantastic. So same story here. Take the old ones out, click the new ones in, and voila, we should be good. Now, it's nice that these are so easy to install, but what's even nicer is that all the lights from Archaic Lighting have a 12-month warranty.
Let's get these in.
Now there's clips on the carpet on each side. We're just gonna pull those out.
So super simple up to this point. We're just gonna unclip all of the clips into the old light, and then there seems to be four bolts holding it on.
When said taillight does not want to come, use more force. What none of the instructions tell you is that you actually have to take off the bumper. After more pain, sweat, and tears than we would care to admit, we have the rusted bumper off enough so we could access, and undo that so we can get the lights out. So, do the honors.
And stick all of this right on through, just like this. And then push your light into place. The gray ones are gonna go back into your car, the normal ones. And then these red ones, later on, we're gonna plug them into the harness that's attached to the other light.
Couple bolts holding it on right here.
Rinse and repeat for all of these. I'll start on this side where he does that. This comment might spark a war in the comments, but I don't like working on this car. I really miss my other German cars. In order to remove this taillight, you have to remove these nasty clips and remove the entire trunk handle right here. This car is rather frustrating, but we got this out, and as you can see, we have the little clips sitting in there, right there.
Nice, we have this nice pristine look.
Oh,
No!
put the new one in. What are you waiting for? Oh, that went all over me.
All right,
Why does it taste sour?
feed it through like this.
And then try to line up all 4 studs. Good luck. So we did run into a problem with these, which is actual manufacturing thing. There is a little plastic nub that doesn't do anything, and it actually stops you from getting these lights flush, as you can see. So we're gonna have to sand this nub down in order to get the lights flush. This is from the car, and this is the new lights right here. First of all, we're just gonna connect the new lights to the car. That one, and now the thing I'm not 100% sure about, which we're gonna have to check, is the difference between the blue and the gray one. One of them goes up to the old tail lights on the trunk, and we have to figure out which one does that, because if we connect the wrong one, then it's not gonna work. But I'm just gonna start with the gray and hope that I'm right with that. And let's test it. Oh, main lights light up nicely.
Whoa, it's just like an Audi now.
This Civic went from a 2010 to a 2026.
All right, so here's the taillights before. And here they are after. They look so nice, it's insane.
So these are a huge improvement to this car and definitely turn this, well, let's be honest, put lipstick on a pig. We thought this car was a lot more sound before we started looking underneath the panels. Once we got in there, this car is basically an engine, rust, and then sandwiched by panels. So anyway, they make this car look amazing and maybe a bit nicer to drive.
Hopefully.
If you want any of these products, we have links down below. Obviously, make sure that it'll fit your car, but most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.